do with the on the plate and on deck, okay? So we have, who's gonna be, the next presenter is Dr. Joe Hannon, and on deck is Brian Blackton. I believe that you're a former state rep, so welcome.
Good memory, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Joe Hannon. I'm a former state representative. I'm speaking, I'm also on the board of Gun Owners of New Hampshire. We heard proponents of this bill say that this won't prevent this kind of incident, and that they hope that it will lower the risk. I'm not really sure how that's going to happen. It's not an accident that we have not had an incident in our schools in New Hampshire. We are one of the most well-armed states in the country, and it's no secret that people that commit crimes like this wish to go into a defenseless victim zone. They don't want to go where someone is going to fight back. These are not what I would call brave people. They, like you heard someone else say, when presented with law enforcement, very often these people commit suicide or they're engaged by someone who is going to stop them. A body with no means of defense is not able to stop them. We heard about local control, and there's no more local control than at the level of the individual citizen. And it's most important to protect the right of the individual to have the means to protect themselves and their loved ones. Students are already prohibited, and a sign to stop people who are not following the law anyway or intent on doing grave harm is the least of someone's concern when they're about to commit such a heinous act. A sign does not work. We heard about drug-free school zones. Are they working? At a recent hearing of the cannabis bill, there was a proponent of continued prohibition who said, quote, "If you want pot, ask a youngster." I was also a member of the School Safety Work Group, which is a subgroup of the Governor's Commission on this. Lots of issues came up. We didn't address the issue of specifically firearm legislation, but we did talk about means to protect and fortify our schools. Lots of things came up in discussion, and some of these things may sound good, but were either extremely cost prohibitive or just not worth doing. One was bulletproof glass and all the windows. It's extremely cost prohibitive. Metal detectors. Do you want to put your children through metal detectors every day? Someone even mentioned having dogs roaming the schools to sniff for guns or bombs or whatever. The commission did recommend door locks, police, resource officers, and things like that. There are things we can do to help prevent these kinds of incidents, but making it easier to commit a crime is not the way to do it. This is not a small step in reducing violence. This is a big step in ensuring that it is easier than ever to cause harm. And I beg you, please don't make it easier for someone to see that our children are completely unprotected. I'm not saying that we have to give every teacher a handgun and every student a rifle. They're not allowed to have that anyway. The students aren't allowed. But we don't want to make it a big neon sign saying, come on in here, it's real easy pickings. This shouldn't be shooting fish in a barrel. Our laws aren't broken, and I don't think we should try to fix something that isn't broken. We're an extremely safe state. I'd like it to stay that way. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Hannon. Are there questions for the presenter? None appearing. Thank you very much.
Croc TV.